This was the worst Brazil team ever.
A humiliation for the host nation.
Brazil are out of the World Cup.
I think it's the worst Brazilian team I've seen.
Well, because they haven't got any top-class players.
Brazil, the favourites, are gone.
For decades, Brazil was more than a team, it was a dynasty, a land of football wizards where every street and every beach became a stage for magic. From Pelé to Zico, from Romario to Ronaldo, Ronaldinho to Neymar, this is a team that carried the hopes of a nation and captured the hearts of the world. Legends etched in gold and a legacy unrivaled, this was the Brazil we grew up admiring. For over a century, Brazil has given the world a special kind of football, fluid, fearless and unforgettable. No other nation has conquered the world of football like Brazil. The Seleção's trophy cabinet is filled with triumphs across 5 World Cups, 9 Copa Americas, 4 Confederations Cups. But something has changed. The sparkle has dimmed and the legacy feels almost lost. The Seleção is now a shadow of its former self, plagued by struggles both on and off the pitch. Brazil has stumbled in the last 2 World Cups, failing to advance past the quarter-finals, and since 2022, they've dropped from 1st to 5th in FIFA's rankings. Also, Brazil's Olympic team failed to qualify for Paris 2024, a stark reminder of the nation's fading dominance. This is undeniably the weakest Brazil side of the 21st century, a team where underperformance has become the norm and failure the haunting new reality. There's more to this story than just defeats. From troubled leadership to tactical issues, and from broken player pipelines to rising competition and modern tactics, Brazil's downfall is a story of missteps and missed chances, a story of a dynasty in crisis. Fueled by the legendary 3 Rs, Brazil soared to its 5th World Cup win in 2002, defeating Germany 2-0 as Ronaldo's 2 goals sealed the deal. With 8 goals, he claimed the Golden Shoe, and Brazil's brilliance earned them the Laureus World Sports Award for Team of the Year, an era-defining moment of greatness. In a thrilling 2004 Copa America final, Brazil clinched their 3rd win in 4 tournaments, overcoming Albiceleste in dramatic fashion. Trailing 2-1 until the 92nd minute, Adriano, the tournament standout, struck a stunning equaliser, sending the match to penalties, where Brazil triumphed 4-2 to claim victory. During this era, manager Carlos Alberto Pereira crafted a formidable 4-2-2-2 formation known as the Magic Quartet, building Brazil's attack around 4 iconic players: Ronaldo, Adriano, Kaká and Ronaldinho. By 2006, Brazil had assembled a squad brimming with world-class talent, a powerhouse seen by many as unstoppable. During the 2006 World Cup, Brazil dominated the group stage, securing wins over Croatia 1-0, Japan 4-1 and Australia 2-0. In the 2006 World Cup round of 16, they defeated Ghana 3-0, with Ronaldo breaking the World Cup scoring record with his 15th goal. But in the quarter-finals, a tactical shift saw Juninho replace Adriano in the lineup, leaving the Fab Four incomplete. Facing France, Brazil was stunned by Zidane's masterclass as he dismantled their invincible reputation. A brilliant volley by Thierry Henry off Zidane's pinpoint free kick sealed a 1-0 win, ending Brazil's dreams and sending the French through. On July 25, 2006, Carlos Alberto Pereira stepped down as Brazil's manager after a disappointing World Cup. In a surprising move, former captain Dunga, a 42-year-old with no coaching experience, was named his successor, raising eyebrows across the football world. Yet, despite the doubts, Brazilian star Ronaldo voiced confidence that the right choice had been made. In a thrilling clash, Brazil overcame Argentina with a commanding 3-0 win in the 2007 Copa America final, securing their place at the summit of South American football. 2 years later, they claimed their 3rd FIFA Confederations Cup title, edging out the US 3-2 in a thrilling final to reaffirm their place at the top table. As the 2010 World Cup approached, the Brazilian fans and media clamoured for Neymar's inclusion in the squad, but both he and his highly anticipated teammate Ganso were left out. Brazil cruised through their first 2 matches, defeating North Korea 2-1 and the Ivory Coast 3-1 before drawing 0-0 with Portugal. They smashed Chile 3-0 in the round of 16, but in the quarter-finals at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium in Port Elizabeth, Brazil's dreams were shattered in one of the tournament's greatest shocks as they were eliminated by the Netherlands 2-1. In the wake of this shock defeat, Dunga was swiftly dismissed as Brazil's head coach, marking the end of an era. With Dunga's departure, Brazil believed they could break free from the chains of defensive football and return to the attacking style that had made them legendary. It was a new dawn where flair and creativity could once again thrive, and young stars like Neymar were given the chance to shine for their country. In July 2010, the Brazil Football Confederation made waves, unveiling Mano Menezes as their new head coach to lead Brazil's national team. His appointment sparked hope across the nation, yet whispers lingered, a cautious reminder that Menezes' favourite style mirrored the very defensive approach that had defined Dunga's reign. In the heat of the 2011 Copa America, Brazil's journey met a crashing halt as they fell to Paraguay in a tense quarter-final clash. On November 23, 2012, amid mounting criticism and the weight of unfulfilled expectations, Mano Menezes was dismissed as head coach of Brazil's national team, a decision fueled by disappointment from fans and sharp rebukes from the media, marking the end of an era shadowed by struggle. After 2 months in the shadows, Luis Felipe Scolari returned to lead Brazil's national team, entrusted with a single mission: to claim victory on home soil in the 2014 World Cup. The nation's hopes soared, for this was the man who had once led them to glory in 2002. On June 6, 2013, Brazil faced a harsh reality, sinking to their lowest ever FIFA ranking of 22. But just weeks later, on the grand stage of the Confederations Cup, they roared back to life, defending their title with relentless passion and crushing Spain 3-0 in a dazzling final. Under the bright lights of the 2014 World Cup opening match, Brazil dazzled with a 3-1 victory over Croatia, as Neymar and Oscar ignited hopes across the country. A draw with Mexico and a decisive win over Cameroon sent the Seleção soaring into the knockouts, where they scraped past Chile in a tense penalty shootout and battled Colombia to a 2-1 victory. Yet as the dream grew, disaster struck. Neymar was stretchered off with a fractured vertebra, ruling him out of the rest of the tournament. Without their star, Brazil faced Germany in the semi-final, suffering a historic 7-1 defeat in what became known as the Mineiraço, their first competitive home loss in nearly 40 years. A 3-0 loss to the Netherlands followed in the third-place playoff, and as the dust settled on a bruised nation, soon Scolari stepped down, closing the chapter on Brazil's bittersweet campaign. On July 22, 2014, Brazil turned to a familiar face, appointing Dunga as manager once more, a return to the helm for the man who had last led them before their 2010 World Cup exit, now tasked with restoring the nation's pride. In the 2015 Copa America, Brazil topped Group C, only to see their hopes dashed in the knockouts, falling to Paraguay in a tense penalty shootout. A year later, at the Copa America Centenario, they opened with a stalemate against Ecuador soon after they crushed Haiti 7-1. But needing just a draw to go forward, Brazil suffered a stunning and controversial 1-0 defeat to Peru, with Raul Ruidiaz's disputed goal sealing their group stage exit, their first early departure since 1987. In the wake of Brazil's shocking exit from the 2016 Copa America, Carlos Dunga was dismissed as manager, his reign ending in June amid the fallout of unmet expectations and rising discontent. On the 14th of June 2016, amidst a storm of change, Brazil turned to a new leader, Adenor Leonardo Bacchi, better known as Tite, the mastermind behind Corinthians' success, appointed as the nation's new hope to rebuild their football legacy. Entering the 2018 World Cup as favourites, Brazil carried the heavy burden of their haunting 7-1 defeat to Germany, yet the team's journey was one of resilience. They topped their group and triumphed over Mexico in the round of 16, only to fall 2-1 to Belgium in a heart-wrenching quarter-final exit. Despite the defeats, Brazil's campaign revealed a newfound consistency and flair, a style of football far more cohesive than the turbulent, unpredictable play of years past. With Tite still at the helm, Brazil looked ahead to the 2019 Copa America, ready to reclaim glory on home soil. Tite's leadership brought Brazil their long-awaited Copa America triumph, securing their first title since 2007 with a dominant 2-0 win over Argentina in the semi-finals, and then went on to defeat Peru to claim their 9th crown. But in the 2021 final, fate took a cruel turn. Brazil, champions in waiting, were vanquished by a solitary 1-0 goal from Argentina, their hopes dashed under the lights of the Maracanã. It was 2022, and Brazil's quest for a record-extending 6th World Cup began with promise as they topped their group and sailed past South Korea with a commanding 3-0 victory. But the dream began to unravel in the quarter-finals, where a heartbreaking 4-2 penalty defeat to Croatia shattered their hopes. In the unforgiving heat of Doha, Neymar and his teammates watched as their dreams of World Cup glory evaporated. Proof that even when it never rains, the weight of unfulfilled dreams can flood the pitch. Soon after, Tite announced his departure from Brazil's helm, closing the chapter on his reign with the weight of unfulfilled dreams lingering in the air. After 22 years in management, Dorival Jr. took the reins of Brazil in January, stepping into a role laden with expectation. But at the 2024 Copa America, the dream crumbled in the cold tension of a penalty shootout as Brazil were eliminated by Uruguay following a goalless draw, another chapter of heartbreak in a nation still chasing glory. As the Seleção story unfolds into 2025, the world holds its breath, watching with uncertainty if the magic of Brazil's golden age will ever resurface. The question echoes in the hearts of millions: can Brazil ever reclaim the glory that once seemed their destiny?